What is up, everyone? Welcome to round 6 of the Portland Monthly Premodern Paper Magic Afternoons June 2025 tournament. We got 2 rad decks to show you, so let's jump into those deck lists. First up, we have Curran returning to the camera this month with Angry Elves. We did go over this list previously for this month. It's largely unchanged from some of the lists he's brought prior. And did I mention this was the semifinals? Because we are in the semifinals. Curran is once again in top 4 contention, going for another trophy with Angry Elves. I have said it many times, Elves is definitely his go-to archetype in pretty much any format it's viable in, and he's proven he's very much a master at it here. Not going to run through every card because, again, it is largely unchanged from most lists we've seen him run, mostly just tweaking in the sideboard for the local meta matchups. I will mention that, yes, all these cards are white bordered. Well, for the most part, I see a couple that still have to meet that eraser treatment. And yes, they are all real. So yes, those guys Cradles and the Survival of Fittest are, in fact, real cards. The Survival of Fittest are World Championship, but the guys Cradles are original Urza blocks. So obviously, Curran has an aesthetic he likes. He's never going to be selling these cards, so why not make them a little more personal? But if you have somehow missed all of the Elves matchups and are unfamiliar with the deck, I guess I can run through it very quickly. It is a pseudo combo deck. You're looking to play lots of 1-drop mana dorks, take advantage of all of those elves with Wirewood Symbiote and Curian Ranger to generate tons of mana to eventually land a big Deranged Hermit or Masticore, sometimes being able to bounce that Deranged Hermit and play it again multiple times in turn to make an army of squirrels to swing in for the win. This is a Survival of Fittest deck, so there is some toolbox effects here. We do have an Anger to give all your creatures haste, Squee for that extra value with Survival of the Fittest, and a few toolbox that both pump your elves with Tribal Force Mage and also potentially get rid of annoying stuff with an Nantuko Vigilante. The sideboard supports this a little bit and also just helps with some of the tougher matchups. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Let's see who he's playing against. Next up, we have Justin with Mud, aka Artifact Control. I think we had a viewer recently commenting about how they wish they could play Artifact Control in Premodern, and here you go. It's totally viable. Justin here making it to the top 4 of our monthly. If you're not familiar with Artifact Control, well, first off, bless you. Second, it is all about controlling your opponent's resources, keeping their lands tapped, burning them out with Black Vice or potential game-ending threats like Karn Silver Golem or Masticore, and really just making sure that you're the only one having all of the fun. Run through the list, we do have those 3 Black Vices I mentioned, 4 Mind Stones, 4 Powder Kegs, gonna be pretty good against a bunch of little elves, 4 Sphere Resistance, 3 Winter Orbs, 4 Tangle Wires, 4 Metal Workers, which arguably are sometimes just a better mana dork than elves. I'm sure I'll get some shade in the comments for that. 4 Thran Dynamos, 3 Smokestacks, 2 Karn Silver Golems, 2 Mishra's Helix, and 2 Masticore. Because this deck doesn't play any color pips, it does get to take advantage of all 8 soul lands. We have 4 City Traders, 4 Ancient Tombs. It also just gets to play all the utility lands in 4 Wasteland, 4 Rashad Import, and 4 Mishra's Factory. And I do see 1 little Dust Bowl there too. Obviously, Justin did not run up against Burn and did not have to face Price of Progress. In the sideboard, he's got lots of silver bullets to go with that Silver Golem. Got 2 Defense Grids, 2 Phyrexian Furnace, 2 Null Brooch, which is pretty spicy tech. I was trying that out in Pit Rack for a little while, and it's interesting. 2 Crumbling Sanctuaries, which do make the Burn matchup a lot better. 2 Bottle Gnomes, 3 Ensnaring Bridges, and 2 Tormod's Crypt. So a lot of interesting toolbox pieces. Notably, his best board wipes are already in the main to deal with all those elves, so this should be an interesting matchup. So without further ado, let's get started. And here we go. Curran is on the left, Justin is on the right, kicking off the semifinals for June. Now, I did mention that Justin does have all of his board wipes, all of his probably main good cards that he'd bring in already in the main deck. Has a lot of stacks pieces, but I don't think Justin has a lot of lands. Maybe he does. And oh, looks like we're gonna get a little roll to see who goes first, but Justin already gonna mulligan. Oh, yes, we're in the semifinals. It's determined by seeding, so I believe Curran is the higher seed here, so he will get to go first. Justin gonna mulligan this away, obviously. So we'll cut to when he has a keepable hand. Okay, Justin looking for a keepable 6 here. Again, I believe Curran is the higher seed, so he is on the play. Okay, there's a land. Smokestack. It looks like this is a keepable hand. Oh, and actually, Justin is the higher seed, going to play a Mishra's Factory to start things off. I'm going to play a Foothills here and fetch. One of the few non-white bordered cards in his deck. I'm sure he's working on fixing that. Also not the original Onslaught art, but I do have to admit, specifically for the Wooded Foothills, the MH3 art is pretty gorgeous. Alright, Mana Dork here for Current and pass. Second Mishra's Factory here for Justin. Gonna play out a Mind Stone. Just say go. Bit of a slower start. He does have, I think, a Thran Dynamo. Okay, there's another Mana Dork for Current. Borrowed Symbiote. Are we gonna see a Guy's Cradle here? Yep. Make 3 mana. Play out the Carrion Ranger and how about another one? Okay, so Current having a lot of potential mana here. At the very least next turn. Okay, we are going to do some shenanigans here. Carrion Ranger. Oh, actually not. Just going to get in for 1. Okay. Pass to you. Okay, there's a city there for Justin. So having 4 mana potentially. Thinking about playing out the Dust Bowl though. Smokestack is not good here. Your opponent already has way too many pieces on the board. Smokestack, I think, in general against elves is not great. They just make so many game objects that they can keep sacking pieces they don't necessarily care about, especially once they start laying down squirrels. Then it's pretty much over. So I don't think Justin has a powder keg because he'd be slamming that down. Yeah, Smokestack not the answer here. There's a Thran Dynamo. He could just try to keep ramping here. He could. Okay, we're gonna play out the Dust Bowl. Not gonna leave the factories open. In fact, gonna sack one of them to take care of that cradle. Try and slow Current down a little bit. The downside though is Current doesn't actually have anything in terms of a payoff, so we're just gonna be swinging in for 5. Sometimes a army of 1/1s is good enough. Let's play out a Rashad Import. Will be relevant. Being able to port down either the Dust Bowl or the Mishra's Factory. Probably hitting the Dust Bowl on upkeep. No, actually hitting the Mishra's Factory. Okay, interesting, because next turn he could have hit the factory if Justin decided to spend the mana on animating it. But this does leave Justin with the possibility of activating the Dust Bowl again. Although, Dust Bowl sacking your last Mishra's Factory to blow up a Rashad Import does not seem great. Okay, City of Traders into Thran Dynamo into a not great blocker, but alright. Can stop at least 1/1/1. Alright, but Kern drew some action. Oh, there's a Masticore. Yeah, that's pretty good. Really hoping he had that cradle now. Okay, we're gonna activate the Carrion Ranger, bounce on a forest. Not play a land this turn, I'm gonna play the forest. Play Fintorn Elves. Slightly different version art. And opting to not get in here for damage. I guess wanting to leave a little bit of mana up. He can leave up to, or he has the access to at least more than 2 mana right now to generate Masticore. But he might just be... I personally would have tried to take a shot at the Metalworker. But that's just me. Justin does not have... I mean, it does leave you open, potentially, to the Masticore getting burned out. But Justin does not have a lot going on in hand. I think maybe wanting to burn that Mind Stone Try and draw something relevant. Actually, I don't know if Current actually had access to 4 mana to burn out the Metalworker. Okay, interesting. Justin gonna sack the City of Traders to hit the Rishadan port. I don't know if this is the right plan. I think it might be the only thing Justin has going on, unfortunately. Trying to hit your opponent's mana situation when they have an army of mana dorks never feels good. But he's gonna play out. Okay, pitching to the Massacre there. Current drawing for turn. And probably just gonna swing in with the Massacre, or are we gonna get super aggressive here? Okay, generating 4 mana. Are we just hitting the Metalworker? Metalworker's gonna tap. I don't think he had to discard that. Nope, just has to reveal it. Maybe a little nerves here. I don't know if Justin's been on camera before. If you're not used to it, it does get you a little bit. Okay, Karen Ranger bouncing the forest to play, or to untap the Vindorn Elves and play the forest, and then we're gonna get in for 6 total. Alright, animate the factory here. The funny thing is, if Justin blocks with one of the Kyrian Rangers, and just bounce it, you should be blocking the Wirewood Symbiote. Looks like that'll be the case. Now the real question is, does Justin know the trick? Does not, he's just going to take the damage. Doesn't even need it, actually, I guess, because Curran could have tried to shoot the Mishra's Factory, but the Mishra's Factory can tap to make itself a 3/3, so we'll just have 2 damage marked on it, still survive. Instead, Curran leaving up 2 mana, just in case to regenerate Mastercore. And at this point, Justin in a bit of a tough spot. Are we cracking the Mind Stone now? Make 3 mana. Or did he draw something relevant? There is a Powder Keg. It's a little late, but it's still here. Next turn, it'll be able to take care of all those 1/1s. But that's all Justin has. And Curran a little locked into this Masticore, not drawing anything super relevant that he's discarded so far, but it does have attacks. So yeah, we're just going to go to combat, swing with everything, might as well. Animate the factory. What are we blocking? Doesn't matter, everything's going to die next turn, right? So I think he actually has to block the Masticore here to not die. Yep. So take 5, go to 3, pass to you, and Justin needs an answer now. And Curran just gonna untap an elf, make some mana. Just be able to hold up the regeneration. He can activate it in response to the keg. But I don't think that's it. Justin does not have another blocker. He really just has to hope Curran forgets to discard for Masticore, but we're just going to go to game number 2. And here we are in game number 2. Yeah, very, very small chance there Curran would have forgotten to discard for his Masticore. But it is a chance. I don't know if Justin could have fought his way back in that game, though, at that point. I mean, yes, he could have wiped the board. Oh no, looks like he's actually going to be mulliganing here as well. So we're going to cut to when he has a keepable hand. Justin looking for 6 here. Curran is going to be keeping his hand. Okay, I see some lands, some spells. There's an Ancient Tomb. There's 2 Ancient Tombs. I don't see a Powder Keg. There might be a Mishra's Factory. There's I think an Ensnaring Bridge, which could be good if he can dump his hand quickly. Alright, gonna put the Mishra's Helix on the bottom. Keeping the Smokestack in hand. Again, I don't think the Smokestack is really all that great. But a Sphere Resistance. That's a great turn 1 play. Gonna take 2 to play it, but turns off Curran's turn 1 play, at which he has a lot of options, so already stalling out the game. There's another Sphere Resistance. That would be pretty brutal. The Elves deck is pretty mana light. Instead is just gonna pass. Most of the time, Elf lists are lucky if they have 2 lands in hand to start. Really relying on mana dorks to help propel them through the late game. Oh, was there a... It looks like there was a split sleeve, so that's what's happening here. Just a little switcheroo. Okay, land for turn, and about a 2 mana land where else. Not quite as good, but yeah, again, I think the second Sphere Resistance, it does slow Justin down as well, but he's got 2 Ancient Tombs in hand. I mean, obviously those are a resource you need to be able to stabilize at some point and not be paying 4 life to make 4 mana. But he has a 3 on Dynamo, and I mean, the Ensnaring Bridge gets a lot worse, I guess, too, so we'll see what he ends up doing here. I think maybe you go Thran Dynamo to... And can you even play the Ensnaring Bridge then? Okay, I'm gonna make 5 mana, take 4. There's a Dynamo. Make 3 for another Sphere. Okay. Everything now costs 2 more. Curran not having a problem hitting his land drops though, so we'll have to pay 3 mana for a mana dork, but there's a Rashad Port. That's a pretty easy target for the Wasteland. I'm pulling it back there, but is gonna opt to play it. Oh, there's a Crumble coming in from the side on the Thran Dynamo. He will gain life equal to the casting cost, so that is nice. And then Curran just gonna get in for 1 there. Pass to you. 3 mana Crumble. Oof. Crumble is one of those cards where I keep saying that it's a great card in old school. I think it should see some play in Premodern. Great answer to Dreadnought. To gain, what, 1 life? 1 mana removal spell in green. That's pretty solid. Okay, there's a Rashad Port there for Justin. It's going to take some more damage off the tombs. Dropping to 13. There's a Tangle Wire. Okay, so maybe it wasn't an Ensnaring Bridge. I think it might have been a Tangle Wire I saw in hand. Unless his last card is Bridge. Alright, Curran not getting to untap anything. Just going to say go. I thought he had a 4th land, but apparently not. Alright. Justin with all the mana in the world. What can you do with it? Funny enough, Curran's deck also plays Tangle Wire because it makes so many game objects that it usually doesn't suffer too much from it. And Justin just taking a ton of damage. Alright. Well, there's a Smokestack. And in this instance, I guess Smokestack is good. Curran being heavily taxed. Just gonna get in for 1 here. and pass to Justin. So Smokestack probably getting a counter here. It is symmetrical, and again, I maintain, I guess, when elves are on the play and don't get double sphered, it's not a great card, but under this lockdown circumstance, I think it's totally viable. It's just rare for this to happen to an elf deck. Alright, pass back to Curran. I imagine you just sack the Rashad import. Okay, so a little discussion here. Justin can stack the triggers, so the tap happens after the sack. That is obviously the correct way to do it. And Curran not giving up, gonna swing in with the elf, forgetting about the factory, unfortunately. Having to discard for turn, but there's an anger. And things looking grim for Curran at this point. That was kind of a big mistake. Losing your mana dork, and also just a permanent to sack. Is Justin gonna tick up the smokestack here? No, he's gonna stop for one and is gonna actually sack the Tangle Wire instead. And that's because he has another Tangle Wire in hand. There's another Rashad import. At this point, Curran is just not getting an untapped step functionally ever. Oh. Justin actually not opting to play Tangle Wire. I guess it makes sense. He has to sack land, and we're going to go to game number 3. And here we are in game number 3. Both decks getting to do their thing. Although kind of, I guess, in the instance of elves. We didn't get to see an army of squirrels, no explosive hands, just good value plays in game 1. Game 2 coming down to the prison style, and Justin mulliganing for the 3rd game in a row, unfortunately. So we're going to cut to when he has a keepable hand. Okay, Justin looking for 6 here. There's an ensnaring bridge, a smokestack, a mind stone, a Thran Dynamo, a couple of lands, and a sphere of resistance. I think that's a keepable hand. What do you put back? Looks like smokestack. Did he have 2? Alright, currently leading off with a Mandork. Ooh, there's a Powder Keg. That's a very good draw. You go Ancient Tomb, Powder Keg. At the very least, draw out some of the few pieces of artifact hate that Curran has. Okay, Ancient Tomb. Oh, we're just going to go Sphere. Did work very well last game. Going to take 2 to do so. And everything now costs 1 more. Hey, there's a Priest of Titania. Best mana dork in Curran's deck. Only runs 3, but again, with the survival, it is pretty easy to find. Also diversifies the targets for Powder Keg. Powder Keg cares specifically about the number of counters on it in terms of which artifacts and creatures it can blow up. There's a Mind Stone. Paying 4 mana to do so. Technically only costs 3, but with the sphere, and paying 4 life to do so as well. That's a very expensive Mind Stone, and I think shows. Oh, yep. A little bit of forgetting here on the sphere. Okay. This will make it harder for Curran to combo. Okay, paying 2 for the Kieran Ranger. Priest of Titania taps down, making 3. Kieran Ranger bounces a forest. Curran having to spend 2 mana to cast out a Wirewood Symbiote. Tap 1. So 2 mana floating to play out the Kieran Ranger. Kieran Ranger going to bounce the other forest. No? Okay. First, tap for 4. King Ranger's going to bounce the other forest to untap the priest again. Has not played a land yet this turn. So can do this a few more times. Okay, Multani's Acolyte, cost 3, draw a card. Gonna tap for 5, go up to 6. There is a survival in hand. There's another Ranger. Does cost 2. Gonna bounce the Multani's Acolyte to untap the priest. Use 2 of the mana, or 3 of the mana with the sphere to play Multani's Acolyte again. Land for turn. Land and 1 more floating. No. Just gonna tap. Make 6. This is the power of the Elves deck once you get the enablers out. I'm gonna play double Survival of the Fittest. Say go. Wow. That is a turn. And Justin maybe a little scared here. He does have the... Oh, he has another sphere. That does make it much harder for Curran to combo off like he just did. 1 sphere made it a little difficult. That was a much less explosive hand than he could have, or much less explosive turn. Okay, I'm going to tap. One way or another, the Powder Keg and maybe even the Bridge should come out. And if he can figure out a way to play his entire hand, he should probably do that. But I don't think he has the mana. He has 7 mana up. Bridge costs 4 now. And then he could play... yeah, I don't know. Okay, gonna make 5. Play the Thran Dynamo. Tap it for 3. The keg. Okay. Say go. And hope he doesn't die this next turn. On your end step, bounce the Multani's Acolyte with Symbiote. And now we see if Curran can just go off here. There's a Squee. That's a very good draw. Squee gonna go find probably a Tribal Force Mage and just end this game. I think he's got the mana to do it. No, an Antuco Vigilante. Gonna play it morphed. I'm gonna unmorph it. Blow the Powder Keg. Maybe realizing he could have just gone for the win here. I mean, getting an Anger is good too. He actually could have gone Anger into Nantuko Vigilante, but he doesn't have a mountain, so it's not super relevant. Okay, gonna bounce the forest with the Kirin Ranger, make a boatload of mana. Play the Multani's Acolyte. Draw a card. Not played a land yet. Gonna bounce the Multani's Acolyte. No, gonna bounce the Kirin Ranger. Okay. Gonna pitch the Kirin Ranger to Survival of the Fittest. Are we just gonna get a Tribal Force Mage now? It's +2 to each. He's doing a little bit of math here. Or a Deranged Hermit. That also works. Gonna make 5 mana. Spend all 6 of it to cast the Deranged Hermit. Get a bevy of squirrels. And gonna go to combat with everything that did not come into play this turn, which is just 3, but definitely presenting lethal next turn, and play a land for turn. Pass to you. Well, I think Justin needs to slam down everything he can. Gonna float 2 first. Wasteland. Wasteland doesn't target anything. There's only 1 forest. That Priest of Titania is certainly acting like a guy's cradle. Maybe better. Actually, definitely better. But has 2 floating. 5 floating. Play out the bridge. 1 floating. I mean, you want to play out the sphere. You have to. Otherwise, you're just dead. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Nothing in hand. Now, Curran does have some echoes to pay for, opting to not bounce the Hermit. Interestingly, on his opponent's end step. Okay, but is going to pay the echo cost for everything. Does get his squee back. And now has a bridge to contend with. Okay, gonna bounce the Multani's Acolyte, untap the Priest. Priest is gonna make a lot of mana. Just 4 this time. No, it should be 5, right? Yeah. Play out the Multani's Acolyte for 4. Goes to 1. Mana floating. There's a Naturalize, and yep, that's just going to be game. Curran takes it down. That was a very nice top deck. For those of you asking, Curran could have generated enough mana just by untapping the Priest 1 more time. He had 2 Kyrian Rangers that hadn't been used, so yeah, congrats to Curran for taking it down in 3 very exciting games. Thanks to all you guys for making it this far. If you haven't yet, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel yet if you haven't. It's your best way to find your way back here and one of the best ways to support what I'm doing. If you've been following the channel a while and like what I've been doing, why don't you think about checking out that Patreon? You may notice all the wonderful names displayed on screen currently. Those are all my current patrons. Thanks to every one of you guys. You are all amazing. Just $1 gets your name up here. There is other perks in the works, but for right now, it's more of just a tip jar if you've been enjoying the content. Money from the Patreon does go directly into gear upgrades. I actually am working on a bit of a new style of video, which I'm hoping I'll get to show you guys soonish. Some of that gear was paid for through the Patreon, so again, huge thank you for that. Patreon also helps with travel expenses, like going to other tournaments in other states, and just making more videos in general. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.